Stellantis offers buyouts and early retirement to 6,400 U.S. non-union workers as the auto industry hits turbulence. Now, you don't know for sure, but after the very good contract you awarded, they're now laying off 6,400 people. Yeah. It seems like a little bit of a tube of toothpaste. If you squeeze here, it's going to do something down there. And I think that would be something that Ms. Furchtgott-Roth would point out. Any thoughts on that? And again, be brief, because I got other questions.
Talking to the mic.
I don't have to.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry?
Talking to the mic, please.
I'll give you 12 billion reasons why that doesn't have to happen. Okay, when Stellantis took over, they went on a price cutting, on a labor cost cutting initiative.
But that was about a decade ago. So
no. Stellantis just took over, within the last 4 years.
Okay.
But when they took over, they wanted to cut their way to profitability, but they do it on the backs of workers, and they don't have to cut those jobs. They chose to cut those jobs. It has nothing to do with our contract. They made $12 billion in the first 6 months of this year, and are continuing to make billions as we went through the bargaining process. So, again, to me, it's short-sighted goals to recognize profits, and I've heard this said over and over by leaders in the past. You can't cut your way to profitability, and it's a short-sighted way of doing business, and it's not sustainable for the long term. So,
okay, so Mr. O'Brien, Yellow Trucking is obviously going belly up, it appears. And they had come to the Teamsters in June, I'm just reading press reports, and asked for some help. And it specifically mentioned you that we're not going to, get tough attitude is how the article put it. And now they've gone belly up. There's reports that the Teamsters came back in August to try and make things better, but by that time it was too late. Now, there it seems, again, going back to the witnesses, Mr. Higgins and Ms. FGR, that this kind of approach brought a company under, and now we have a lot of Teamsters who are going to be unemployed.
All due respect, Dr. Cassidy, that's inaccurate on the yellow situation. This yellow situation has been going on since 2009, where our members have given back in concessions with the recommendation of the union to try and save this company since 2009, $5 billion in wages and benefits. And this company was awarded under the Trump administration a $700 million loan, right? And the company's just been mismanaged. And they did not come to us in August. They came to us early on. We tried to work with them and find solutions to the problem. All the while, after their initial meetings, they started, and we found this after the fact, they started draining. They told us to be out of money by August, and that if we didn't help them, then they would go under. All the while, they were taking their executive bonuses as CEO pays. And
but in the scheme of things,
they can blame anybody they want. That company was mismanaged since 2009. There's facts and records to show exactly what our members have given.
And I won't argue about the quality of their management. It does seem, though, that when I read the benefit packages that the drivers got, they would argue that they could not afford that. But that's their perspective. And I'm sorry, I just have limited time.
They want this done. Top lawmakers in Congress are urging President Biden to go big on his plan to fix Social Security. This would directly increase benefits for many Americans. But other Democrats propose adjusting this plan by boosting benefits for only a select group of recipients. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details. Also, every Friday, to say thank you for being part of this community, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The Social Security Administration is almost through with November Social Security payments. Millions of Americans will see their monthly benefit deposit in their bank accounts today. All beneficiaries are hoping that Congress takes action soon to ensure that funding for the program remains. During important budget negotiations this year, President Biden got Republican lawmakers to promise to take entitlement cuts off the negotiating table in the debt ceiling showdown. The president was able to secure a major victory before talks even began. That moment has taken on political significance in the months since, held up as an example of Biden's commitment to the social safety net. But among Democrats bracing for a difficult 2024 election, some now want him to go further. According to several people involved in the informal discussions, progressives have pitched Biden officials and Democratic leaders in recent months on endorsing a plan to expand Americans' Social Security benefits. After Republicans swore off cuts, it would allow Biden to stake out a new contrast with the GOP, one painting him as more supportive of the program. Alex Lawson, executive director of the Social Security Works Group, stated, "The way to get Republicans even more on the back foot about their plan to cut Social Security is to draw that clear distinction that Democrats want to expand, while Republicans want to cut." Biden embraced Social Security expansion during the 2020 Democratic primary, proposing to boost benefits for the lowest income retirees and shore up Social Security's main trust fund. But Biden reluctantly dropped the idea when it faced slim congressional majorities. But 3 years later, progressive groups want him to revisit the idea. Polling presented this fall to top White House officials found just 41% trusted Biden more to safeguard Social Security benefits, compared with 36% for the former president. More than 4 in 10 were also skeptical that Republican candidates who had called for cutting benefits or raising the retirement age would follow through on it if elected. Biden officials have expressed openness to the case for benefit expansions, though the campaign is still early in the process. Campaign spokesperson Amar Moussa said in a statement, "Republicans have repeatedly campaigned on gutting Social Security and Medicare and have the records to back it up. Joe Biden will not let that happen. We will make certain the millions of Americans who have paid for Social Security their entire lives know that when they head to vote next November." There's skepticism among some in the president's orbit who say Biden's message on protecting benefits versus Republicans seeking cuts is already well established. They question whether adding a brand new idea to the mix would confuse matters. And as Democrats won't do, some have been caught up in the underlying policy specifics. They warned the party would need to settle debates over which retirees would benefit, and ultimately how the entire thing would be paid for. In addition to Biden's proposal, several lawmakers, including Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, and Representative John Larson, had long-standing expansion plans of their own. Dean Baker, a progressive economist who has long supported expanding Social Security, has stated that most lawmakers probably do not want to open that can of worms. The progressive groups pushing for Social Security expansion are not lobbying for a specific proposal, but they do have an answer for how to pay for the benefits, and that is taxing the wealthy. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you, dear friends, for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Thanksgiving week.